This year's draft revolves around one name, Thomas Kaberle.
We're listening to offers on Thomas Kaberle. It's like fishing. There's times when you got to be patient.
Broken up by Kaberle.
Kaberle is there to get a puck free. Kaberle shot off the crossbar.
If the net result is that Thomas Kaberle plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs next year, that's not all bad.
Kaberle.
We're very happy with the player. We're not shopping Thomas Kaberle, we're listening.
Friday morning, Brian kicks off his day like everyone should with a good breakfast. He's joined by Los Angeles Dodgers GM Ned Colletti, where they share a few laughs before heading into meetings.
Luke, you know Ned Colletti, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Luke.
How are you, sir?
Good to see you again.
Vance Lovelace?
Hi, how are you?
Pleasure.
We got offered a first the other day for one of our defensemen. I'm not taking it, but we could pick, but I want to be better now. I don't want picks. Like you said, take an 18-year-old, he's probably not going to help you for 2 or 3 years. That doesn't do me any good. I want to be competitive now.
Yeah.
Our goal is to make the playoffs this year. It's that simple. So, and if you look at the East with the teams that that we have to catch, it's doable with our defense. We've totally redone our defense and our goaltending. It's doable now. We're listening. You know what I mean? We're not trying to move him. We're listening, and if there's something that makes us better up front, we'll look at it. But my guess is he's staying right where he is.
Think so?
Oh, I like our defense the way it is. I think it's the best in the league. 1 through 6 is as good as anybody's got. So.
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, how's the team going to be this year?
We'll be a lot better.
Yeah? Good.
I'll see you. I got to go. Brownie. The only thing we got going is maybe getting a second back from Chicago. They said to us, well, we take the player, eat the 1.2, and they throw in a second. And we'd have to, the league won't approve a straight cash deal like that. We'd have to put a late pick in or something, but that's the only thing we got going, and they haven't responded. They said, would you do it? I said yes, so they haven't responded. So that's as close as we're getting so far as a shot at a second. I got offered a first for Luke Shen the other day. It's not even a top 10 pick. I mean, we're taking a step back. We're doing that.
Yeah.
So I would guess right now we're picking at 62.
Okay.
Keep trying. That doesn't have to happen today. So.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because right now, if you look at the way the defense is set up, you can take out one guy. So you got Phaneuf, Komisarek, Oshman, you got Kaberle, you got Shen. You got Gunner, you got Finger. I mean, 1 through 6, and Finger's, a good 7. That's as good a D as anybody's got. And I think when you're finished 29th, you better have a real short list of people you won't move. But it would have to be an age group asset. And I'm not going to trade him for a 27-year-old. It has to be an age group asset. Same.
And, yeah, I see that too. That's why with picks, you'd have to, for me.
So we'll see. And then Chicago just said they're not doing that deal today, but.
There's always tomorrow.
You got anything? No, not a thing.
Thing. He asked if what we would do for Brownie.
What'd you tell him?
Should I get back to him?
What's he doing with this defenseman?
Didn't say.
I just emailed him. He's staying at home. I don't even have a room up here, I don't think.
He was going to pick up Patter. I talked to him, he was in the car. And so nothing from... I heard Maloney shopping that pick. 22, he's pushing her a little bit.
Yeah, not a word back from him. He said he'd have to think about it. Not a word back.
Just waiting to see what happens on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening today. I don't think this deal's going to happen. It may not happen here at all. I think our posture has to be that we're not, in any hurry. And, if we leave here and we have Thomas Copper, that's fine with me. Yeah. I mean, I love the guy. We're it's the same stuff we're saying in the media. We're just listening. What picks do we have? 2/5?
Yeah.
Let me see that.
4. 3rd. 2/5. 6 and 2 7.
Well, would you give that pick 144 for Mike Brown? You know what? I think he's worth the 5th round pick. How old is he? Is he signed?
Side. Side.
We need a guy like him. Let's just throw a 5th out. Let's go up to my room. I don't want to sit in there. Over, it's Berkey. Good, how about yourself? What's going on with your D? I don't know if this kid would feel any differently about us, but I'd like to be in on the card game anyway. Our poor scouts are going to be suicidal if we trade both those 5ths.
What do you think about taking the player?
It's a lot of money.
Well, it's a lot of money if you think he's a bad guy.
No,
If he's a bad guy, he's a 80-point guy.
I've heard everything you just said about 10 times about this guy. He's skilled and he competes. And like I'm telling you, in the playoffs against us, we had a hard-nosed team. He was good.
We've been talking about bringing in guys with character, changing the team name. Does this
Go against that?
go against it?
Yeah, it does. Well, I think we're leaving here without doing anything. That's what I think.
Possibility.
Yeah, which it's not the end of the world. All right, let's go down and grab a bite with the scouts, and then we'll head over 2:30, I think. At least get some interaction with some other GMs. Get some, physical interaction. Sometimes that springs stuff loose.
Friday afternoon is full of draft day festivities. While fans are enjoying the atmosphere, Brian works the floor.
Hello, Los Angeles. Welcome to the Staples Center for the 2010 National Hockey League entry draft. So let's get started. The first selection in the 2010 National Hockey League entry draft belongs to the Edmonton Oilers.
I'm extremely excited to select from the Windsor Spitfires, Taylor Hall.
Kev. That's the guy. That's a good pick. Yep. Stud.
We'll see. We'll see in 5 years.
No, you'll know sooner than that. That's the right pick.
Dale said that he would consider giving you picks and take cash.
Yeah. And he's got to take a minor league contract or 2 back. I'll throw it at him after a couple more picks.
I have a trade to announce. The Florida Panthers trade the number 15 pick in this year's draft to the Los Angeles Kings.
They just traded the pick. What did they give for the pick?
They moved down 4 spots and got 59. No, I talked to Dale.
Oh, he said he'd do it?
Yeah. He said, which pick do you want? I said, 33. He goes, no. He goes, how about 59? I said, no. He goes, how about 50?
So he said he'd do it.
I think he'll do it, yeah. I want to give him some names of guys to...
Tell him now.
United States national under-18 team.
I'll tell him to go ahead and pick.
No, he's got...
Yeah, no, he's got a pick. He's got a few.
He's got 19. He moved down. No way.
Yeah, how far? How many spots? 19.
4. You got 40 minutes. Let's get him.
I know you got a pick, so we'll do, you know, we'll stretch that and do it and get the money out there.
Well, we're not going to do it.
Oh, okay. He's they're not going to do it. He said. Well,
We'll give him a pick back later at the end.
all right, I'll throw it at him. I'll call him. You don't talk to him? Okay. It's time to wait. Throwing a couple things that haven't worked. It's time to wait.
With the 26th selection.
When you don't have a high pick, it's hard to get into that card game. We did try a couple things. So we got a couple things couple irons in the fire for tomorrow to see if we can get a second rounder and do some other things. So not discouraged at all.
Saturday starts with Berkey working the floor, and he comes up with a deal for the 43rd pick. Director of Amateur Scouting Dave Morrison calls out Brad Ross as the Maple Leafs' first selection in this year's draft.
Good job. Congratulations. Thank you. Brian Burke.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Congrats, Brad.
Thank you.
Ron Wilson. Congratulations.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So the way this works now is our PR guys will take you downstairs, you get some photos of him, and come back, and then we'll visit when you come back.
All right, sounds good. Thanks again. Hey?
So we're just going to head
All right.
with this young man here.
Did you ever fathom the opportunity that you'd be wearing blue and white here today?
No, I had no clue I was going to go to, and it's just, I can't even describe what I'm feeling right now.
Brad Ross is a very gritty, in-your-face, tenacious. I heard Tasmanian Devil could be used, but he's also got skill, and he seems to have a control to that in-your-face kind of game that some of those guys may not have at all times. But I mean, I'm not saying he won't cross over the line, but I mean, Hockey Canada's brought him into their under-20 camp this summer, so we're pretty excited to have him.
Proper levels of truculence and hostility. This is a player we had rated much higher than that, and we were happy. There were some wonky picks, in the first round last night. Guys kind of went off the list a little bit, and they managed to drop them down to us. We were able to make the trade. We put a good prospect in Jimmy Hayes, and he's a good kid too, but this kid brings a little more bite.
So you got a lot of family here?
Yeah, my brother and my mom and my dad.
Right.
Yeah, we're making a little vacation out of it.
I know. Where are you from?
Lethbridge, Alberta. I was born in Edmonton, moved to Lethbridge.
Moved to Lethbridge?
Yeah. I like to be physical, in your face. I'm an agitator out there. I like to get under the opponent's skin, maybe get a couple power plays for us, and then take on discipline penalties. But I like to score goals too as well, and that's just my game. Score goals, get the body out there.
So were you like a Flames or an Oilers fan growing up?
Nah, my mom was a Flames fan, but my favorite team was Montreal.
Montreal,
yeah. But Toronto Maple Leafs now.
Yeah. Obviously, to get something, you got to give something up, and I think in this case we had coveted Ross. We had him pretty high on our list, and I think when he fell to that point, we had been in touch with Chicago a number of times because obviously they wanted Jimmy to unite him with his brother, so it just seemed to fall into place, and we felt like Ross was such a tough guy to find as a player that we went for it.
I found out from John Lilly, one of the guys that works with Toronto, who's down at the table, and he just he sent me a text and then he gave me a call saying they had to trade me. I mean, it was sad just because, it's the Toronto team I was picked by, so it would have been pretty cool to try to give it a shot there, play with them, but it's a business and that's what happens.
So your buddies selected so far?
No, just my linemen. It's just Ryan and Nino.
Yeah.
So that was pretty amazing to see them go so high.
I saw Travis Green in the lobby.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many new guys
draft
eligible. He's pretty excited.
Yeah, Troy Rukowski should go this round, third round, third, fourth round, and then Taylor Aronson, he should go third, fourth round. And we even have a goalie that might go to, he should go third, fourth round. And we even have a goalie that might go to, so Brian Burke kind of guy, 203 penalty minutes, so.
Yeah. Second round, very happy with that. Was there a thought possibly that you might go late first round?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go just to get ahead of my brother, but it's what you do now that makes you a hockey player.
Good job, man.
Who did Anaheim pick first? They had them. Oh, really? And they wanted a nice little grinder? I guess so. Nice. Congrats, buddy. Traded up and then snagged me.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, we're gonna have, if they come back, we're gonna have the best team in the WHL next year. Still can't believe that's pretty cool. Maple Leaf.
No kidding.
Yeah. And they traded up, that makes it even cooler, kind of,
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Picking right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is their second pick?
They must be here. That's second pick, 62nd.
Well, you start the midterm rankings all the way back in 94th, and here you are going to open up early, third round. How thrilled are you?
Yeah, obviously, going to a great organization like the Leafs, pretty excited, and it's nice to jump up a little bit, and I'm here sharing this moment with my family, so it's pretty special.
Greg McKegg is a very smart, offensively gifted player, plays in Erie where he's taught to play two ends of the ice, and we really like the way he's developed. We did a lot of homework with him, but it's the offense we like.
Up with Brian Burke. It was a little intimidating, Brock, but I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Pure offensive, top six guy. Reliable defensively for an offensive player. Like, he's not a floater, but he's just a top six guy. He's a guy that we think can put up points.
Kind of took a different role in my first year, and I kind of watched a little bit more than played, and Robbie made me learn the defense up first, and I think I'm glad he did that because it helped me in my second year. And in my second year, I got to focus more on offense, and playing with guys like you said were a tremendous help to me, and I'm glad I had that season I did.
Brad and Greg meet up for the first time, and they wait and see who will join them in the blue and white. Next up, the Leafs pick at 79th overall.
Sondre Eldon is a projection pick. He is big, he can skate, he's got skill, playing in Moto Juniors. Late August birthday is 2 weeks from being an underage, so he's still a boy. And we really like his upside. He can play the middle, so he may be that big centerman down the road.
Well, I'm gonna look at my notes. He's big, he's 6'3". He plays mostly center. We drafted him as a center, but he also plays on the wall. Skill guy, but good size, and you know, plays in the Swedish Elite League, even though he's Norwegian, and we like this kid.
On to the fourth round, and the Maple Leafs select Petter Granberg at 116th overall, a 6'3" D-man from Sweden.
Congratulations. Were you surprised?
Yeah, actually, I was surprised.
I'm a long way from Sweden to take a chance. You were pretty confident you would be drafted sometime today?
I hope so, but it was not sure, but I'm really excited now.
Petter Granberg is a Carl Gunnarsson type of player. You know, maybe a little more physical than Carl, but if he can ever be as good as Carl, I think we'll be pretty happy.
Well, Peter.
Big line.
I'm a defenseman and a defense one. I am quite big and strong, and that's my strength.
And at 144th overall, hard-nosed forward out of Brampton, Sam Carrick is selected by the Maple Leafs.
Very competitive, has some offensive skill. He's not afraid to drop the mitts, but the compete, energy. He's going to play lots in Brampton the next couple of years, but right in our backyard, we've liked them all year long.
How does it feel to be a Markham Stouffville guy being drafted by the team in your front yard?
Oh, it's just unbelievable. You know, I'm lost for words right now. Just growing up, always a Leaf fan, and you know, always watching guys like Matt Sundin and Doug Gilmour, and you know, it's just unbelievable.
2 picks later, the Leafs grab Daniel Brodin, a winger out of Sweden.
Daniel Brodin is one of those very competitive Swedes that we've seen over the last few years. There's maybe not the high-end skill of some of the other guys, but he goes hard to the net. He's got great speed, and we were drawn to the speed and the aggressive play.
On to the final round, where the Leafs take Josh Nichols, a 6'2" forward.
Josh Nichols, another very good skater, skill, another guy who's underdeveloped physically. He's almost 6'2", but it's the offensive skill and the two-way play that we like, and I think he's got top 6 and bottom 6 potential.
So it was on to rookie camp, where these draft picks were able to make impressions. Each has their assignment for the season, and who knows, you may just see one of these picks stick with the club, much like a young Thomas Caberlet did in '98.
We think we added some pieces that will help our team down the road. We think Mike Brown helps right away, so we think it's a good weekend.
So that was it from Los Angeles. And who knows when you might see these guys up with the big pub, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out.